the show where three generations of family go head to head on a variety of topics. You have one Gen Zer,
Hey.
Chris. You got one Millennial, Noe. And you got one BBB, Baby Boomer from Brooklyn, Kaya.
Hey.
No matter what the topic will be, it will be up for debate. Fellas, I got something to show you. You want to see it? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
That was good.
So, we had to revisit this Usher Chris Brown debate because I must apologize to my man Usher Raymond because I said I was teeter-tottering. You know, because Chris got all these hits and Chris is this and Chris is that. And Noe was like, nah, because Usher is this and Usher is that. And no, but get me wrong, I like Chris, but Usher is this. But then when Usher did the NPR Tiny Desk, and he had Vito and Eric Bellinger as his background, and he had the Mighty Clouds of Joy as his band, I was like, yo, Usher is a problem.
That boy good.
Only one out of three of us really were, on the Usher.
You was on that fence.
I wasn't on the fence.
You was on that fence.
I was Team Usher all day. I like Chris.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I don't like Chris. Chris is great, super consistent, got a lot of nice songs. But like I said, man, it's just one of those things where like Chris has hits. He's got a lot of hits. But it's just one of those things where like when you hear Usher's hits, they just hit different.
I think I understand the whole nuke reference now.
Yeah, exactly. Like when
I
those
feel it.
drop,
Yeah.
you just be like, to me, Chris has amazing songs where I'm just like, yo, this is fire, this is crazy, but they don't hit my soul the way Usher's songs hit
your
soul.
soul.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
I mean, honestly, Usher sounded exactly like his records.
effortlessly.
And I forgot about that Usher because he got, and I think I'm just gonna be honest because I love Usher and I used to love Usher. But when he got with Tamika, and this was my thing about how I felt about Bobby Brown, because I was a Bobby Brown stan. Like there was nothing he could have dropped, did, or any performed that I was not there. And I felt that way about Usher until he got with Tamika. And then when he got with Tamika, I just felt like his music changed and he wasn't the same Usher that he was with 8701 and My Way. And you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I don't know. But then when I heard him perform, I was like, this is the Usher I loved. Like some of the new stuff that he was doing, I was like, I don't like that Usher. But then when I heard him perform, I was like, I miss you.
I think there's only two of his
No shade
albums
to
that I
Tamika.
didn't like. I wasn't a huge fan of Looking for Myself, and I think Raymond versus Raymond. Although
I was just about to say Raymond versus Raymond.
I did like songs off of the album, but it was just one of those albums where I'm like, nah, this isn't it. Now, his most recent album, the one from 2016, what's that one called? But he's got like the stone face. That's like,
Oh,
I know what you're talking
yeah.
like I thoroughly and I like that album. I really
That
like
was
that
the album with Crush on it.
Yeah, like No Limit and Rivals.
Yeah, that was a good album.
So I like that album. And then like his Here I Stand album, I thought was great.
I loved Here I Stand is actually one of my favorite Usher songs.
Yeah, so for me, I just thought as he got older, I guess he just slowed down on the music on some like, I don't know if he stopped like, hey, I don't really need to do this anymore.
Hard to Love.
Hard to Love, yeah. like he was doing The Voice. I think he was a judge on The Voice or whatever one of those shows were, and he was doing a bunch of different things. And he's got his residency in Vegas or wherever it is, and
That I would want to go to Vegas to see.
so I guess he just stopped. But for me, the music is timeless, man. It's just like I always find myself when I go back and listen to like 8701, like that joint is just like it's like just hearing it all over. It's like it's hearing it for the first
Confessions and
time again.
8701. But 8701, I think, was an album that you can literally play. But so was Confessions, but you can play from start to finish with no skips.
Yeah. I could do that with My Wave. I could do that with 8701. I can
That was over 21 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's 25. No, well, My Way was 25 years ago. So 8701 was 2001. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they had a little challenge on social media. It was like, what was Usher doing at 7 o'clock? And they were acting like mad people, and a lot of people did not know what Usher was doing at 7 o'clock.
Like from my generation or just in general?
Just in general, they was asking people of all ages, all ethnicities.
Yeah, fair enough.
They didn't know.
So is this like Chris Brown Usher thing actually happening? Or is it like speculation?
There's more. Well,
100%
I don't know if you saw
speculation at
Chris
this
Brown on
Drink Champs.
Drink Champs. Did
Yeah.
you see it? No?
Yeah. A great interview.
Yeah, great interview.
He on
Great
that
interview.
stuff.
Huh?
So he on that stuff. That boy tripping.
Because I don't know if that shaking or that was ADHD.
I know
think
people
that
with
was 'cause
ADHD, bro.
Yeah, that was just like,
I know people personally with ADHD. That ain't no ADHD.
yeah,
That's that Rick James.
that booger sugar.
That's that Rick James.
I mean, Chris is
You know,
like I have his new album. I haven't listened to all the tracks. Huh?
I like it.
I
I like it because it's also he had a lot of songs on there that were different from his normal brand of like that combination of like pop and R&B. He had some songs that were very like pure like ballads where it's just like I thought
Like R&B, soul.
Yeah,
or just straight.
Yeah, I thought he sang like his voice was not different, but like you can see like, I guess he's maturing. Now, I'm not saying he sounded like Usher, but I love to hear with like, I don't want to hear you singing the same way all the time. So, just using his voice differently, his range and just hearing different things. I really liked the album.
So, I mean, I still believe that in a Verzuz, because of the fact that Chris Brown now has way more hits than Usher does. Because if you put 8701, My Way, Confessions together, some songs from Here I Stand, and some of his singles, he still doesn't have as much hits that Chris Brown has. But I have to apologize to Usher as an artist, as a vocalist, because I forgot that he was also a vocalist. And he's like, he was, I was like, you better go ahead, boo. But watch this.
Oh, wait, so if they do a Verzuz, right? And this is me asking you. So you think that Usher doesn't have 20 matchable hits for Chris Brown?
Oh, you only could use 20?
I think it's
only
20
20?
songs, right?
Like 20 songs.
20 songs, yeah.
Well, let's look, shall we? Because Usher's album I
love that.
I love that
The
album.
little
too,
EP, I love that.
Okay.
Birthday, Peace Sign. What was it? ATA.
ATA, She Ain't Tell You, Give Shot,
Yeah.
You
That EP was
Decide.
hard.
Say
That
what
EP
you
was
want.
hard. That EP
What was
was
it?
hard.
Zaytoven?
Yeah, Zaytoven produced the whole thing. I think it was in like a week or something.
Tobin.
Yeah, it was for his birthday.
Okay,
Like,
so
think
let's
about it
start
like
with his
this.
first album in 94.
No, but I'm saying, like, you don't think he has 20 matchable hits?
I'm trying to go through from his first album. What would he do?
It was, I'll send it to you because they have a track list. Like, that goes head to head with Usher and Chris Brown. No, it has all his.
Yeah, but we ain't doing like the very, very first album. We're starting at My Way.
Okay.
We're gonna start with the albums that matter.
Obviously, Nice and Slow. You Make Me Wanna. Slow Jam.
My Way.
My Way. I'm not really a fan of My Way.
Well, he had Tyrese dancing in the video.
Okay. Then 8701. I don't know. You Got It Bad. You Remind Me.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you.
You Don't Have to Call. One of my favorite songs is Can You Help Me?
How do I say?
I didn't get
Good
to
old
Twerk
ghetto.
It Out.
Twerk It Out. That's my joint.
All right. Usher, 9 number 1 hits, 16 top 10 hits, 51 Billboard hits. Chris Brown has 2 number 1 hits, 18 top 10 hits, 112 Billboard hits. Yeah, this is a little. You trying to tell me that Usher can combat?
But the thing is, I think that if they were to have a versus hypothetically, the winner of that versus would be contingent not on the amount of hits, but 2 factors. One being the demographic of the audience.
True.
And 2 being a lot of Usher's classics, like the impact of
the song, like oh my gosh, obviously that song was my wedding song, so you know I love Usher,
right?
But
so you can have a hit, right? So you can have like 2 Chris Brown hits might be worth a classic from Usher, you know what I mean? Like I think Usher can still very well win, you know what I'm saying, a versus with Chris Brown. I would not be confident in that, but I don't think it's going to be contingent on the amount of hits. I don't think that the winner of a versus even, because we've seen, you know what I'm saying, like even with the Mario situation, Omarion obviously has more hits than Mario, but Mario killed him, you know what I'm saying?
Mario was like
yeah, that joint was not fair at all. I ain't gonna speak on the Anthony Hamilton situation, but
that was actually confusing. Like I don't even understand. Well, Omarion and them lost because I thought Omarion was just doing too much to me.
He was just
doing
bad.
the most.
There was no reason why he shouldn't have won. Because if you're just talking about just pure hits, I mean, I don't think they were going to use any of the B2K stuff, but I mean, if he really wanted to, he could. Because if he uses the B2K stuff too, then this isn't even a competition. But if he's just using even his own personal solo career hits, to me, I mean, when people think of Mario, they think of Let Me Love You. Now, I'm a huge fan of Mario. Got all his albums. Dude, crazy voice. Easily the best singer of all of them out there on stage. What Ray J was doing, I don't know. To me, like
Ray J is still doing a promotional tour about his performance on Verzuz.
Like
nigga,
to me, I was just looking at the joint like, bro, look. Now, Ray J had some hits. I absolutely love his Radiation album. I mean, I absolutely love that album. I'm gonna go as far as say I think Radiation is a classic. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if y'all listen to it or not.
I would have rather you lie to me, but all right.
No. Go back and listen to Radiation. Nah, real talk. Listen to Radiation. It's that serious.
Okay.
All his other albums, whatever, but Radiation, yeah, it's that real. But there was no reason why Omarion shouldn't have won that versus hands down.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like I even like a lot of the songs from Omarion's set. Like I listen to those songs, but the execution is absolute garbage.
Doing too much.
Like, and with the flinging of the locks, I'm like, nigga, if you don't sit,
like him and his brother brought a watermelon from behind a DJ table. Like,
yeah, like, all right.
Like, who has a meeting before the show and was like, this is what we gonna do?
Who sliced up the watermelon? Where was it sliced? You know what I'm saying? Like, who brought it? Was this backstage in the green room? Like, we gonna kill him with this one. You know, like,
did they have some saran wrap over it? Was it covered before you struck? And then the girls is looking at each other like, should we suck it?
Oh man, they had to commit because they was on national television, you know, so they couldn't.
We gotta do better, ladies. I'm talking to the ladies in the audience looking at each other.
Yeah, it was no good.
That was bad. That was terrible.
But I think if you had a 50-50 crowd, like, you know, 50% Usher's generation, 50% Chris Brown's generation.
I mean, it's not that much of a difference because Chris Brown is in his 30s, Usher is in his 40s.
I think there is a difference.
It's a difference.
It's just like it's a difference between
because I like Chris Brown and I like Usher, and I'm in my late 20s.
I was like, what happened just now? But it's different because if it's one thing for me to, you know, go on YouTube and watch Jordan highlights, but I can't fully conceptualize how great Jordan was because I didn't grow up watching Jordan live. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who were, you know, in the swing of Usher's prime will appreciate his classics way more than, say, people my age would. Obviously, they know a lot of his songs, but in terms of actually conceptualizing, contextualizing, and then appreciating those classics, it's not going to be the same.
And I think, like, just the shift that music, or at least the promotion of music has taken, it has changed things, because people will look at it like, yo, like, you ever see, like, when all these artists will post on, like, their IG stories, oh, you know, 1 million records this, or platinum, or, you know, whatever, and it's just like, so that ain't the same. Like, Usher went diamond when niggas had to go to Tower Records and actually pick out the CD. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's different. Like, I understand, like, yo, you know, oh, Chris Brown.
But that was when his mama was managing him. When he left his mama and went with Tamika, I was like,
Like, think about that. You was spending $14.99 on an album. I mean, now you spend $9.99, you can get everybody's out. So
well, I bought Chris Brown CDs up until the Transform You album.
Likewise, I bought Chris Brown CDs every time they dropped at midnight, every time from Walmart.
At midnight?
At midnight.
Wow.
I distinctly remember that because I would go with my roommate, drive up to Walmart, walk up in there, be like, yo, yeah, I got the Chris Brown album. They'd be like, I don't know. I got to go in the back and look if it's in a box, because it wouldn't be on the shelf yet. And then he would come back and he'd give it to me out the box. Or if I got there a little bit later, like 12:30, 12:45, it'd be on the shelf already. Then just grab it. We go to Walmart and do that. Every time it dropped.
You was dedicated, huh?
Dedicated, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last CD that I bought of Usher was Here I Stand.
I did the same thing for that. I remember, because Here I Stand came out in the summertime and I was still in Pennsylvania. I remember being in the computer lab the first time I heard, what's the song? Trading Places. And I was just like,
sick place to
I'm
listen
not a fan of that song.
What? I was on campus in the computer lab, and I was, you know,
your brother loves that song.
I was
a sick place to hear
bootlegger extraordinaire. So I remember I got it at the house, but I had to go to campus. I just put it on like a USB real quick. I plugged that joint in, and I was just like, what? And then I was just like, yo, when's the album drop? I'm like, I'll be in Walmart ASAP. Shout out to Walmart. When you hand out sponsorships, remember who shouted you out. My name is right here at the bottom on my screen.
Walmart being the plug for your Chris Brown releases is crazy.
There you go. So I just want to apologize to you, Mr. Raymond.
Where
I was with you the whole time.
You know,
your confessions?
You're very soulful, and you did a heck of a job. You know, y'all rehearsed. Y'all went to rehearsals. You know, so I appreciate you.
That's another thing that I think would make their verses good, because him and Chris are.
They're both. Yes.
They're professional. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
They take their. I don't know if their verses. I'm sure because when they do the verses, for the most part, like they work. I mean, some of them work together to kind of like create a show. I've seen in the past. Then you have dudes who go out there and just like, look, y'all do your thing. We got what we doing over here. But I feel like for them, it would be like, yo, we just gonna do like this crazy concert and just go back and forth, like whatever. So I think that would be really good.
Yeah, because obviously we know that the Essence festival just passed, and they had nights of great talent, so many legends that were in the building, but then you had some of these new artists that performed, and I was just like, they suck. Like, it's not just about you singing. You have to have a stage presence. And some of these new artists, I'm sorry, it's just like
Triz Nash.
I've watched
artists live
10
and been
years
like,
from now.
like I can't really, like I've watched some of these new artists perform live, and it actually made me not want to listen to their music anymore.
My God, it's sad.
Migrated underground.
What'd you say?
So this is why I've migrated underground. We don't have these problems.
No, you see some of these artists and they get up there and they just hold the mic and then they like rock their hips from side to side. I'm just like, there was a making a band by Diddy where niggas had to go to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge to get cheesecake to show that they really wanted this stardom. Now
that's just Diddy being extra.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Dylon.
I spit hot fire, but at least artists they had to be groomed. They had to like go through artists, the A&R, and have the artist development, come in and do the whole how to speak in interviews, how to do this, but now it's just like.
But my thing is the expectation really any different though? These conversations have to be contextualized, because it's one thing to say, all right, these artists are trash when it comes to stage presence, but the difference is we're not going through a record label anymore. So there is no such thing as artist development. When I can make a track on GarageBand, post it to SoundCloud, and then blow up a week later, there's no reason for artist development because I can start making the bag right now. I don't have to go through a label. I
could just post all my tracks on the SoundCloud and I could blow up?
Hey, look. Know what I mean?
Because I spit hot fire.
Dylon. But yeah, it's very accessible to put music out. Obviously, streaming plays a huge part in that because it makes it so easy to upload music and share music, but at the same time, you're not getting, fairly compensated for said music. But in terms of, speaking to your point in stage presence and performing, there's no need for that anymore because people are not leaving their house to make music. Some people are, book studio time, but it's very easy, very accessible. So,
we got to figure something out.
We got to figure something out. When you watch videos or perform, like when you see people perform, like I'll just take Bruno Mars and we'll just go Silk Sonic. When people watch Silk's, and this is how quality still matters, because when people see it, everybody reacts in this crazy way, like, we haven't seen this in forever. This is the most amazing thing and all this other stuff. And then when you watch everybody else, you're just like, oh yeah, she had a great performance. But you can always see the reactions when people are exposed to true quality of performance, of musicianship and music and all that other stuff. You know it when you see it, but it's just so rare that you really ever see it.
And that's only if you're really paying attention. Well, not really paying attention, but are feeding into the whole mainstream thing. But if you, like I said, migrate underground, you kind of realize that there are artists that are still doing artist things. You know what I'm saying? And that holds true a lot in even hip hop. Even when you see performances from a lot of these rappers or these new age rappers, they'll play the track at their concert and be rapping over their words or not rapping at all and just kind of jumping around the stage. You know what I'm saying? Versus you go to a lot of these underground shows, they're actually rapping, like MCing, and you know what I'm saying, crowd control, these things of that nature. But the disparity in the two is really what gets publicized in, radio, social media, things of that nature. So
like people don't even, I think if I was an artist, I would push for, the TRLs and the Cedar's World and the 106 in Parks and things that made what you do relevant. Like, how many artists put out good videos anymore? That used to be a requirement. Like, bro, we need a good video. Nobody, like, you got to make the top 10. Like, I remember, like Bow Wow was like Mr. 106 in Park. It was just like, yo, this dude is number one every week, every day. And it was just like, that mattered. It doesn't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, to me, you've removed so much of what made your job important. And now it's like, nobody has to do it. And then you know that because when you see a good video, it'll be like, yo, did you see the video for that? It was amazing. No, good and well, you're not going to get another one of those forever.
When Kendrick dropped that video and had the morphing, had the black, it's white, and he was more like, I literally, Chris, how many times did I watch that video?
A lot.
Shut up. But just seeing that, like Kendrick, like the album alone, that was, we never even got a chance to speak about it, but Kendrick just reminded me of the essence of hip hop, because it's now everybody mumble raps and everybody sounds the same.
Again, that's mainstream stuff. You got to really look for music.
But it's also that everybody's an independent artist, damn near. Like, I'm sure you got people who get signed to the regular, but everybody's like, I'm gonna just try and mimic what's hot until it doesn't work for me anymore. And social and Facebook and YouTube, Instagram, and that damn TikTok, that joint makes everybody famous very quickly.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. This is to my earlier point. There's no need for any stage presence anymore. Everything is digital. You don't need to be on stage. And if you are on stage, it's just for people to see you, and they still get in the bag anyway, because you're using your statistics and numbers from these streaming sites as leverage to then perform, even though you've never performed before. But if they see you got 1.2 million streams, they're going to pay you the bag to perform at these festivals, even if you suck.
I think you got to bring back, for
it's
rappers,
more than twerking on stage.
Yeah.
It's more than you walking back and forth with your mic in your hand, son, because what, so it's more than that.
If somebody paid you the bag and you've never performed before, would you care to work on your craft of performing?
Of course.
I'm not going out there to embarrass myself.
No, but I'm saying, if you've never performed before and somebody paid you,
if I've never performed before, but I've seen Beyonce perform, I've seen Shaka Khan perform, I've seen Patti LaBelle perform, I've seen Kendrick Lamar perform. If I've seen anybody perform before and I got paid money to perform, I would be like, okay, I need a choreographer. Y'all gotta help me, because
So then, all right, you obviously grew up in another generation, but think about it from think about it from this perspective, right? If you're a kid, 19, 20, rapping on SoundCloud, and you got paid the bag to perform at a festival, in my mind, I'm not caring to work on a performance. I'm getting paid regardless.
So you're saying if somebody paid you right now to go on the stage and
I'm
perform?
saying to understand.
No, I'm asking you.
Not me, because you already know how I am, like in terms of creative stuff. But if you're speaking to why things are the way they are musically and stage presence, this is why. There's no incentive to want to be better at, performing, because I'm already getting paid.
Aretha Franklin said it best. She said, ain't no way I'm getting on that stage and not tearing it down.
Yeah, but again, that's all semantics, right? That just comes from a personal thing. But if we're looking at it objectively, if I'm getting paid the bag to do nothing, I'm going to continue to do nothing, because that's
short-lived. That's like,
but look, that's
ain't nobody gonna pay you money again.
But that's how this music industry works now.
I want to keep getting the bag.
But my thing is, people know, and the perfect example of that is Dipset versus the Lox. Everybody was like this, and Jadakiss went out there and was just like, when you perform and you know what you're doing up here, it's just, it looks different, it feels different. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I could go in the gym and I can hit 100 shots, but then Steph Curry can come in the same gym and hit the same 100 shots. It's just like, yo, that, like, yeah, I made my shots, but when you watch a professional work, you can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100% agree.
People, like, nobody wasn't wild when Beyonce put out, there was the Black is King, and she had all those videos together and all that other stuff. It's like, yo, to me, when people see stuff, it's like, yo, we can see quality work, and people clearly love it because you can see how they react to it. If I'm a person or a A&R or any of these record companies or whoever, even if I'm going to go independent, I see the way people react to quality, whether it's on stage. People love watching Chris Brown on stage. They love watching Usher on stage. They love watching Beyonce. They, even this whole Mario and all these other dudes, everybody was like, these dudes were trash when it came to singing and being masters of the craft. But Mario stood out because it was like, this dude got it. Usher stood out, and you know what I'm saying, at the time, even T-Pain's Tiny Desk, people were blown away. They were like, yo,
they're like, yo, he can really sing.
This nigga sing. Like, people know quality. So I think the idea where it's just like, yo, this is just the way the world is. Nah, so this is, y'all niggas is lazy. Y'all ain't really trying to get it the way these dudes are trying to get it, because you see what people love. And if you did that, you would have a lasting career with outside of all these dudes. You turn on the radio, everybody sounds the same. You get you 1 or 2 hits, and then these dudes disappear and you never see them again. Like, it's like, if you want that short money and that short-lived career, no doubt, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. I just feel like, you know, you should want more as an artist. Yeah, and if I was an artist, I would push for those other things. Like, yo, bring back the videos. If I was a rapper, like, yo, I need Big Tigger's Basement. I don't want to, like, I get it. Everybody has a podcast, and some podcasts are great, but there was a place where it was just like, yo, if you on Rap City, you got to get in the basement and get in
yo MTV Raps.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a place for people to go and do stuff. And now it's like, yo, did you hear? Or like, you know, people like LA Leakers, you know, that's a good podcast or whatever. But now it's like, you be hearing dudes rapping on podcasts and you're just looking at it like, all right. Because dudes be like, yo, I'm not going on Hot 97. I'm not going on Flex's show. Why? Because he's going to ask you to rap. Who was the rapper who's like, yo, bro, I'm not rapping, bro. I'm not rapping. All right, well then leave. I'm not rapping. Nah, bro, I'm not rapping. I'm not rapping. All right, whatever. Just get out of here. Like, that joint is crazy to me. Dudes be like, oh, I'm like, what?
Did y'all not see the Roots' set at Essence Festival?
I didn't.
And Black Thought, he literally freestyled for a good, I don't even want to say, it wasn't 16. He spit like a hot 164. No line. Sorry, no cap. Like, it was the Roots, it was the Locks. Obviously Lil' Kim came out again.
She's gotta stop doing that.
Like, you had Jada did his little freestyle, and it's just like, this is the culture. Like, what y'all are putting out now is not the culture. And if you can't do it right, then don't do it at all.
It's like, I get what y'all are saying, but it's at this point, it's just like we're having the same conversation over and over and over and over again. It's just like, the expectation should not be the same then. Like, we should expect that mainstream music is going to be garbage. So there shouldn't really be any reason to complain about these new artists if that's the expectation. Like, I understand there's bad music out there, but there's just as much, if not more, great music that's coming out with people.
Chris, let me ask you a question, because I know you know the answer to this.
What's that?
Now, what did the Crows say when Michael Jackson said, "Oh, fellas, come on, I gotta sing that thing again"?
I don't know. I don't remember. But what's the point about what you're saying?
Never mind.
But point of the matter is,
I was looking forward to the answer.
Yeah, actually, like, I thought you had a point.
The Wiz.
Oh shoot! Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
What were you gonna say?
never mind.
Oh, but I mean, yeah, I mean, there's really no reason, to complain about not having real music that's dedicated to the culture anymore, because it's there. You just have to look for it, as opposed to just listening to the same thing that's coming off the radio.
Look where? Where am I looking?
What do you mean? Look where?
Where am I looking?
The internet exists. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music. There's no reason to say that you can't find music. Music is dropping every day.
Yeah, I definitely never said I couldn't find music. I'm just saying these people who are out
I
here
don't feel like looking.
in the mainstream, I feel like there's got to be more expected of them.
There won't be, which is why I said what I said, because if there's no incentive to be better, you're not going.
No, but that's how you increase like it's like, yo, look, bro, like, nah, so like you got to get out here and get this done, you got to do this. Like, to me, everything just can't be, hey, you've got to bring in all the money. Like, it's just sometimes you've got to ask somebody to do their job well.
I agree, but that's not how
That's all I'm saying.
It's almost like, just as an example, like when I look at these NBA contracts, it's just like, yo, you gave this dude $250 million. Like, no disrespect to Bradley Beal, right? I love Bradley Beal. I think he's super nice. But Russell Westbrook came to your team when you got hurt and took the team that you had to the playoffs, and you never can. But they gave you $250 million. At some point in time, you've got to just be like, yo, nigga, I need you to do your job better. Like, do it well.
Yeah.
I need you to play games. You've been hurt your entire career so far, but I'm gonna give you $230 million because I think you can. Nah, so I'm like, you got to start doing at some point.
I agree.
Capitalism.
And I'm not mad at players getting their money. Get your money, do your thing, live life. I'm just saying, I'm also not mad at GMs when they're looking at you like, nah, dog, I can't do it. I feel like you've got to, there's got to be some type of one, like if I had a record label, I'm looking at it like, bro, I'm putting out quality music.
That's all I'm saying. Like
if we make music, I want it to be quality. If we got a basketball team, I want to build a good team.
But
whatever
what is
it is.
Quality though, because people are obviously still buying and listening to this stuff.
Because it's I'm talking
because you have some people that have no standards.
But again, this is all subjective. The point of the matter is they're making the money, like it's working.
Yeah, just because you're making the money doesn't mean you're making it right.
Quality. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Your issue is more ethical, more moral than it is, anything objective. But I'm speaking to the more objective side of things. There's not going to be a change in, how artists move and the quality of the music if there's no incentive for it to change. They're getting paid. People are buying these things. They have fans. They have a following. And it's garbage, but it's working. So if it's working, there's not going to be an incentive to be better as an artist. So mainstream music is not going to have an incentive to change, is what I'm saying. I agree with everything you're saying.
I think the incentive is going to have to come from the record labels, or if the record labels even matter that much anymore as far as getting money. But I think it's going to be labels to some degree, because I don't think things can change drastically without labels being involved. But I think the consumer has to warrant more, because like I said, consumers are not dumb. We clearly recognize quality when we see it. That's the reason Usher's Tiny Desk is viral, is because people recognize, yo, this is just different from other people. People, like everybody, probably before that Tiny Desk came out would have been like, oh, Chris Brown is blowing him out the water. People saw the Tiny Desk and that made them go, Chris Brown, don't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? The quality made you change your mind, like, yo, he's super nice. This is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean. You can see somebody who is just like, yo, there's mad talent right here. It's no different from any sport that you pick. You can pick boxing. You can see a great fighter and be like, yo, that dude really can fight. But Floyd Mayweather is just different in that ring. It is not the same. This guy can do this. Yo, these are great basketball players, but Kobe is different. You can recognize that there is just a difference in the standard and the quality. And we know that because those things always go viral. Doesn't matter who it is. When you get a hot freestyle from a nobody or a somebody, the nobody ends up getting signed to somewhere, the somebody ends up blowing up even bigger.
Very
and
true.
the next thing you know, yo, they did a verses on this, or they did like the Locks. They did the verses, and the next thing you knew was like, yo, their streams went up 2,000%. People recognize it. So I feel like as the consumer, for me, it's just like, yeah, I'm turning off the radio. Like I'm not listening to track. Like I can't give life to that stuff. It's the quality has gone down. How do I know? Because I don't even remember half the artists who made songs last year. Like, where's Designer now? You heard from him? I ain't seen him. You know what I'm saying? Where's all these artists? Kodak Black. I don't even know if he's still hot or not. Chief Keef and all the little boats, all the yachties, the Uzi, all the yachties and the boats.
Everybody that you just mentioned is hot right now, and that's due to TikTok, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like radio.
Say so. I'm just
saying.
That's
the thing. Just because you're not privy doesn't mean that it's not blowing up. These guys that are making quote unquote garbage music, it's working for them, which is why I'm saying.
Michael said, I gotta sing that thing again. He said, you gotta regret it until you get it. Elucidate, reiterate, and syncopate.
Like that Kodak Black song, I don't even know what it's called. It's terrible. Like it's terrible. Like
I agree.
It's terrible. And that's the thing to me, because I'm here and I'm just like, yo, how is this song always on the radio? Like
I wouldn't be able to tell you what song it was.
It's terrible. Like the music comes on. Yo, I remember the radio would play and you was sitting and you was just like, yo, where my tape at, son? I gotta record. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Something they about to drop some fire. Like you could hear mad different songs in a day. Now it's like, yo, I hear this say, yo, I remember I used to be driving to the city every morning, taking this kid to school. Every morning, 7:12, same song was on. The same rotation of songs. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy.
They're like, this is my time slot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But people know, and that's my thing is like, yo, consumers know. The consumer is the most important part of this whole thing. We know, we recognize it. I feel like we've got to do something about it.
Well, like you said, the little boats and the little yachties, you said they're all hot now. So clearly they have a demographic that is buying their stuff. But now, will they still be relevant
next
15 years from now?
But that's the thing. Content, you're talking about things that don't matter anymore. Because it's all microwave stuff. Nobody cares about longevity in terms of careers and music anymore. I'm getting my bag and I'm getting out. I just want to get put on. I don't care about.
You'll be broke in 3 years again.
Yeah,
but they're not concerned with that.
But then you have people that they eat, sleep, and breathe music.
Correct.
And that's all they want to do for the rest of their lives.
Correct. 100%.
So those people are the people that I would rather sow into and
but again,
support.
Those are the people
like
that you have to look for, as opposed to just saying music is bad right now. That's a very lazy way to go about
mainstream
addressing music. Mainstream music is bad, exactly. But
I listen to mainstream music. Well, I listen to new artists.
But if you're just gonna sit there and say music as a whole is bad now,
I didn't say music is bad now. I said
about you
these artists can't perform worth a damn.
When I say you, I'm speaking in general, or even if performance or music generally, whichever one. It's just you have to look for those things. That's the issue. But to say that, the artists that are performing now or don't have stage, or you know what I'm saying, just to generalize it to that degree, I feel like is inaccurate.
Listen, all my favorite artists, I can go see the same people in concert over and over again and still be like, Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong. I can listen. Every time Poison come on, it's like the first time I ever heard it.
Yeah, I can't think of any song from now where it's like 30 years from now. It's gonna be like it'll come on and you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know what song of like this generation is gonna be that 30 years from now. Like, what poison? What's gonna be the poison where it plays? Everybody's gonna wow out. What, you know?
WAP. Well, let us know what you think about the artists of today's generation.
I gotta be the Gen Zer out here trying to play gladiator with y'all and defending my generation.
Listen, I'm the only baby boomer. Noe's the only millennial.
Yeah, but then y'all be ganging up on me, blaming my generation.
How we ganging up on you?
Almost every episode, I could go back and y'all say, because y'all Gen Zers, this is why.
Because y'all are primarily
people let you down.
Y'all are, yes. You need to talk to your peoples. You need to have better standards for your peoples.
I just don't think that's a good show dynamic for me to have to defend myself. I need another Gen Zer. Can we get?
I'll defend myself. No, because it's only one of each. If you can't defend yourself, then
it's a handicap. It's a handicap.
How is it a handicap?
2 versus 1. How I'm gonna do that?
Matter of fact,
I am a baby boomer.
Yeah, but if both of y'all is going against the Gen Zers, then the Gen Zers is underrepresented.
So this is basically what y'all do all the time. Y'all cry wolf. And y'all over here trying to act like somebody's attacking you, like it's something like nigga, get a set of balls. This is the problem. This is the problem right here. I need somebody else to back me up. Nigga, we ain't got nobody backing us up. When y'all would come at me talking about female stuff. When you and Noe would come at me talk about female stuff, I will stand toe to toe with y'all.
That's not a generational thing. That's a female thing.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. I'm talking about generational
and I'm the
stuff.
Only female. I'm here with 2 dudes and I'm the only female.
We don't blame you for stuff that females do, but I get blamed for stuff that Gen Zers do.
Nobody is blaming you. Nobody is blaming.
I'm saying that every episode. I'm saying that every episode, y'all come on here and Gen Zers are the scapegoat for all of America's problems. That's the rhetoric of the show.
This is the problem with y'all Gen Zers. This is what y'all do. You're
doing it again.
Because you're doing what you're known for. You're basically doing what your generation is known for.
What I'm known for
playing the victim, for talking about everybody's against you.
I'm stating a fact
for you.
Nobody's
coming for you. Nobody was saying anything against you personally.
I've never said you talk about me personally.
So then shut up. Why we having this conversation?
I said you talk about Gen Zers.
Say something about baby boomers.
And I can't, and I won't.
Why? Because you got respect for your elders, right?
Correct.
Because your mama taught you right.
Correct. There we go.
We just solved nothing right now.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Talk about there we go.
I'm just saying.
If you say something about millennials. There's some millennials that are spiny back. There's some baby boomers that are spiny back. You got spiny backs in every generation.
So let's say that. Yeah,
but you know what? The people in my generation that's artists, like Vanilla Ice, ain't nowhere to be found right now. You know, the people that was doing them one-hit wonders when back.
That's all I'm saying. Let's talk about that.
But listen.
Don't try to say that Gen Z is the only one producing trash. It was trash.
No, we produce trash, but they're not around right now. That's all I'm saying. That's all Noe was saying. They not around right now. They don't have no longevity. Vanilla Ice, Milli Vanilli, where are they?
Vanilla Ice got hits.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, where are they?
Ninja Rap was the truth.
MC Hammer, he had a, you know.
That's but
MC Hammer was a performer. He was a performer.
And now he doing Command Strip commercials.
He sure is. Saying can't touch this.
I mean, y'all are represented by Soulja Boy. Or is he more of the millennial?
I think he's a millennial. He has kids now.
How old is
that's not a
Soldier
fair
Boy?
assessment.
That is not a fair assessment. He was born in 1990. He's 31.
Told you, yeah. That's millennial stuff.
Yeah.
Let me change my tune. Soldier got hits.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
Oh yeah. Now you want to tell him.
Listen.
Next show. I'm a. You know how they do the phone in or have a what's it called? Lifeline or something like that. Yeah.
Phone a friend, have a lifeline.
Call one of my Gen Zers.
Y'all can have all the lifelines y'all want.
This is ridiculous. Every show I gotta come.
If you ain't coming with the facts, then you might as well push it back, cause ain't nobody gonna
conveniently left out Milli Vanilla Ice until I had to say something.
Ain't nobody leave them out. We just
Ice,
wasn't talking
Vanilla
about
Ice.
them.
Now Milli Vanilli, that's one thing. We ain't gonna slander Vanilla Ice. He stood toe to toe with Suge Knight. He might have got hung off a building or two, but still took it like a G.
Listen.
My name is Humpty. Pronounced with an umpty.
First of all, they put Tupac on. You can't even do that. You can't put Digital Underground on that under that because they put Tupac on and they weren't. Listen.
Come here, fat girl. Are you ticklish?
Listen. Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me. I'm skinny. It doesn't stop me from getting busy. I'm sick with this. Straight gangster Mac.
Like, y'all let that happen.
He did say, hey, yo, fat girl.
Are you
Come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, I'm skinny. He said, I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom.
Y'all let that happen.
Storytelling.
Yes, that's what we did. We were storytelling.
Let that happen. Oh, man, that was funny.
What's the name? Biggie, he mentioned Rappin' Duke, Daha Daha. That song was Daha 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 ha ha ha, but Biggie used it in the rhyme that everybody recites right now.
I don't think that's relevant.
It is relevant because Rappin' Duke was not. But he said in his rhyme, remember Rappin' Duke, da-ha, you never thought the hip hop would take it. You can't, if you ain't come to Rumble, then you better get out the jungle, son. You don't do that. Don't do that over here. I got too much knowledge up in here. I got too much knowledge. I'm like a musical dictionary, encyclopedia.
Nah, the salute killed me. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
The salute killed me. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, that's why when people be saying stuff, because we had a lot of one-hit wonders, but they were also big hits and they were also mad talented, or they was just whack. Like Milli Vanilli, when the scandal came out, it was just like I'm the one that told you that CNC Music Factory was Martha Wash. You didn't even know that was her. Saying everybody there now. You thought it was the little skinny girl in the video. It wasn't her. It was 2 tons of fun. 1 to 2 tons of fun. It was 1 ton of fun. That was singing that song, but she ain't never get her just due. Don't let me start going back in history. But back to Chris Brown and back to Chris Brown and Usher. Who do you think would win a Verzuz? Now.
Comments though.
Leave it in those comments. And who do you think is the more resilient generation? Do you think that it's Gen Zs?
I would even say being resilient. Nothing about Gen Z is resilient.
Millennials? Or baby boomers? Let us know.
Hey yo, I can't keep defending y'all either. Y'all gotta step it up. This is ridiculous.
you might want to have a Gen Z meeting of the minds.
Wherever you You gotta have a board.
Because it's also your Gen Zers that are now using your brain cells that aren't fully formed to go shoot up places.
See, that's what I'm talking about. All right. See, that was a very dark turn. Y'all ain't gonna put that on us.
Cause it's y'all. Am I making stuff up?
All right. It ain't just us though.
You got to go through the page.
It ain't just us though. Let's be clear.
One more I say. You got to go through the pages of a
You
book.
can't say it's us. That's just we part of the problem, yeah, but it ain't just us shooting up places. Come on now, that ain't cool. Don't do that. It ain't a Gen Z thing. That's a people thing.
It is a people thing. Let's just look up the last 4 or 5.
Come on,
and just see the age range. Just look at the age ranges.
Inaccurate,
just
though.
look at the age ranges.
The last 4 or 5 is not indicative of the entire scope. Come on.
Okay, let's look up the last 20.
Even that's not indicative of the entire scope.
Okay, let's look at the last 100. You want to still say
that.
even?
I'll take that.
Okay, let's look up the last 100, and we'll do that on the next show. We're gonna see what's the stats on these mass shooters that have been radicalized. But anyway, yeah, let us know what you think about, this artistry. Is music hanging on by a thread?
Is music hanging on by a thread? That's interesting.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Usher's winning the Verzuz though.
By sheer nostalgia of the tracks that he'll.
I think so.
By sheer nukage.
I'm with you on that. I get it. I understand nukes now. Initially, I didn't. I do now.
I don't know. Because even on this list that they made up of Chris Brown, they didn't put in the hot joint. They didn't even turn up the music on this.
Yeah, that's not the one I saw initially, but that's one.
Yeah, this is not his, like.
I've seen like 2 of those lists, and I thought they were both pretty. They picking music like Fat Joe. No bueno.
Yeah, nah. We'll see. But who are you rocking with?
Usher, baby.
Alrighty. Until next time. We don't know what the topic's gonna be, but we know that it's going to be Up4debate.
Peace.